welcome in. It is Trainwreck today, episode 78. Shout out Bruce Smith. We are ready to lock in. The Sabres are locked in with 5 wins out of the Olympic break. We'll talk that craziness. The hoopla around the fan base right now, it is off the rails. But speaking of off the rails, that was the reaction for Brandon Beane's big splash yesterday. We'll talk more about DJ Moore and the impact we're going to have. Bills might not be done yet, according to some reporters as well. And speaking of reporters, we've got him back. He's here with a vengeance, and he's got something to prove. Pop culture Nick is in the building. Let's go.
We all need a place where we can be ourselves, somewhere you can leave all your worries on the shelf, and whether you win or lose, you can count on me, and I can count on you. You know the train never stops. This train never stops. You know the train never stops. This train never stops. You know the train never stops. This train never stops. You know the train never stops. You know the train never stops.
Folks, welcome your beautiful complexions in to Trainwreck today, episode 78, Bruce Smith episode. We got Slick on my left. We got Don on the ones and twos. We got producer
All day.
Rachel. We've got the chairman in the building. We've got Pop Culture Nick on deck. But there is no stopping these Buffalo hockey Sabres, boys.
Yeah.
Ooh. Sabres on warpath. Ooh. Sabres on warpath.
On the warpath.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Sabres on the warpath. Ooh. Sabres on the warpath. Ooh. Sabres on the warpath.
I mean, it's just unbelievable. It just seems like every night this could be the bump in the road thing. Next thing you know, Evgeny Malkin is trying to decapitate Rasmus Dahlin. We are getting underneath these guys' skin in a whole other way, Slick.
That was kind of a scummy Pittsburgh team last night. I usually don't say that. And, you know, no Crosby, obviously. Malkin, the bad guy. First game misconduct since like 2019, I think they said. Not even a crazy cross-check from Rasmus, and Malkin goes batshit crazy. I would crash out, too, the way the Sabres were playing. We were all over these Pittsburgh Penguins, Don.
Yeah, it was awesome. But I think it's time we bring in someone that was at the game. You know him. You love him. The host of Win More, Lots More.
And the Crossing Swords.
And the Crossing Swords Todd.
Lots more. He's the man who does it all. He was in the building last night for Sabres Penguins. Welcome to the show, Mr. Gatesy.
There he is.
So, Gatesy, talk to us. You were in the building last night, a last-second ad in there. Great to obviously get you there. With that said, what was the vibe like? It seemed pretty loud from the start with those Buffalo fans.
Yeah, vibes were incredible in the arena. There were a ton of Buffalo fans, which, you know, not super surprising. There's a lot of West New Yorkers in Pittsburgh. The drive's not too far. But it was more than I've ever seen at a Sabres game in Pittsburgh, and the fans were loud. I had a group of probably 7 guys behind me that drove down from Buffalo for the game. Right next to the arena, there's a hotel after the game. A ton of people just walked there. So people are traveling right now to watch this Buffalo Sabres team, and they got rewarded last night with such a fun game.
Such a fun game indeed. Special teams all over the place was a big part of this game. The shorthanded goal early, obviously. Walk me through that, Gatesy. What a way to start the game for the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, exactly. And thanks to Trainwreck Sports, my seat was directly behind the net there where it happened. And seeing a shorthanded goal from Ryan McLeod was just, and that point in the game was such a good feeling, because being on the road, you know, you're in another team's barn, and they score early. It's like, oh, what? This kind of sucks. Why am I here right now? Like, there's so much going on, but the Sabres could get out that early lead, and just the manner they're doing it too is so great. McLeod continues to prove that, you know, he's not Martin Erat, that he was a great acquisition to bring in. And yeah, just each goal, the Sabres fans just got, you know, louder and louder and louder. The Luke chants got louder and louder and louder throughout the night. And I mean, it helped when there's a lot of empty seats towards the end as well. So again, big shout out to the Saberhood for traveling down to Pittsburgh to that game.
Gatesy, I mean, you really had to be happy with this guy's play last night. He gets the belt after the game. Owen Power. Talk about what you liked out of him last night.
Yeah, I mean, just his presence on the ice. It's such a different game, like being there in person versus watching on TV. But he felt a lot more just engaged defensively, not to get too into the weeds of it all. But he was, a big part of the Sabres win. The reason they're only giving up 1-2 goals on this 5-game winning streak right now. But offensively, he's finally finding the back of the net. It's not, beautiful goals. We saw, the previous game where he had just a long shot from the blue line that gets through. Last night, he just hangs on the puck a little bit, hits off the shoulder of the Penguins netminder and in. So, I mean, it's kind of overdue because I don't believe in charts unless they're improving what my eye test is saying. But, it's kind of we're seeing the points line up with the eye chart with everything else. So, it's great that he's finally producing. And if the Sabres are going to go on this run that we're all thinking, we're all talking about, it's going to be, on Owen Power to take that next step, which we are seeing right now.
What about Ookie Pookie last night? Again, I know we've been talking about it all. We've been getting the timely goal scoring. Seems like Norris, when he's in the lineup, there's a lot of offensive firepower. But Luukkonen just continues to play. Arguably, I'm thinking outside of that Jan-Feb 24 stretch, the best goaltending of his career, Gatesy.
100%. I mean, he's up 27 of 28 last night, was just so solid for the Sabres. And I mean, I'm just really praying for the Owen Power haters because those are also the Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen haters who, are just having such a dastardly month right now between both those guys finding their games. And I know Slick, it's been a rough outing, but to see these two guys go on a run must be tough.
I've always been on UP's side. I'm actually kind of offended that you just grouped me into being a hater of both guys because Owen Power, for sure, I'll admit, like, not my favorite dude on the roster, still isn't. You can't even convince me after last night that he shouldn't be on the trading block still, frankly, to be honest. But Uki, come on, dude. Never been a hater of him whatsoever.
No, you've always been a proponent of him. You got the sweatshirt on all the time. But,
yeah,
in general, a lot.
I even wore it on Tuesday thinking they were going to start him like a dumbass. So,
to quote Zach Sheldon, if we have a Venn diagram, it's basically a perfect circle in the middle of Owen Power and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen haters. Slick, you're on the sliver, just on the outside. But, I mean, the only guy left is Jack Quinn at this point for the haters to really latch on to. So we'll see if he's still a Sabre in the next 3 hours until the deadline.
So needless to say, 10-goal playoff run incoming for 22 there. But we're not looking that far ahead, Gatesy. I know the playoff numbers are in the 90s for basically every projection. This 5-0 out of the Olympic break has been massive as a part of that. Can this team win the division? They're now tied for first.
Yeah. And if you look at it too of just, Tampa Bay has 2 games in hand. These two teams play each other 2 more times this season, both at home in the KeyBank Center. So, I mean, the ball's in the Sabres court. They are the hottest team in the NHL, both statistically and vibes-wise. So that, the division is very much in play. Especially, we were all looking at this 25 games after the Olympic break is basically in 5-game segments. If they could just win all of those, they're in. Not only did they win this first 5-game stretch, they swept it. So they are really, ahead of where they should be at right now in any of our wildest imaginations. So now the big question is, does Jarmo add to this, already hot Sabres team, bringing in a goal scoring forward at this point? We'll see.
Well, Jarmo's already been making moves. Talk to me a little bit about your reaction to the trades and what you think of the guys we brought in.
Yeah, when I saw it late last night after getting home from the game, I was like, this doesn't really move the needle too much for me because I'm like, we're from where our expectations were just 2 days ago. Robert Thompson is going to be a Sabre. That's not happening. Colton Parayko is going to be a Sabre. That's not happening. But the more, I thought about it, the more I had a lot of Winnipeg Jets in the stream late last night talking about these players. They really love Logan Stanley. He's big. He's a 6'7" defenseman who can hit. Doesn't have the greatest stats, but the eye test people love him. So I'm going to go off that because the eye test people also loved Josh Doan when he was acquired by the Sabres. So I'm going to go from that. And then you look at Sam Carrick, the center they brought him from the Rangers. He is 53%, 54% on faceoffs this season. The Sabres have not been good in the draw. So you bring in a gritty guy who can fight, who can play defense, who can win big draws for you. That's a great pickup. And the biggest thing on these moves that I love is that the Sabres did not give up anyone on their roster. They gave up draft picks. They gave up a prospect in Isak Rosean, who didn't really have a path forward here in Buffalo. And finally, Jacob Bryson, who also, didn't feel like he had a path forward here in Buffalo too, especially the last game we saw him home against Pittsburgh, where the wheels kind of fell off for him.
Yeah, the defenseman trades, I thought, like you said, we didn't give up much, but got a lot more depth. And that's the thing, when you get in the playoffs, like, we're much better situation than, like you said, with Bryson and also not only depth, like if guys get hurt, you guys can come in. This, like you said, I kind of looked at the type of players we got from the Jets, and it's like classic Lindy Ruff, like get big guys, clog up the shooting lanes, play physical. Like they're doubling down on like, we just need to win 3-2. We just need to win 2-1 in the playoffs. So I like that. I mean, this is an experienced coach again with what it takes to win in the playoffs.
That seems to be the common theme with all these guys, from what I've heard, that they fit the Lindy mold and system very well. Also, Gates, you said we brought in a defenseman who's over 6 foot and hits. Imagine that. Wouldn't it be nice if we had one of those?
Let's 2 Owen Powers now. It's great.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah, the funniest thing was people were talking and they're like, the pundits were speaking and they're like, yeah, the Sabres need like defenders who actually defend, not like, these guys like Byram, Dahlin, Power, Samuelson, obviously this year's gotten it done at both ends. Shout out Samuelson, Lord Sammy.
Seriously.
They're getting it done. But speaking of not getting it done, Gatesy, we're not at the beach, but there's some making waves on social about an hour ago. Lord Devon could be a potential piece. We've talked about no current members of the roster being involved in trade talks. We had a scuttlebutt a little bit about it in the chat. Well, what are your thoughts there with Levi? I think right now with the position of strength you're in, maybe not to make that move, but curious what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think Zach, you said it in the chat, is like his value is basically at an all-time low at this point. So selling him would be, you'd have to really be a part of a big piece. So if you could package him and Yuri Kulik for a guy like Sam Reinhart who can help you score, that could be a great operation there. But it's I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of guys in Rochester just kind of log jammed with how the Sabres have progressed this season of guys solidifying their roles. You saw Isak Rosean move to Winnipeg. That's a guy that didn't really have a path forward. You see Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, taking the keys to the net. Alex Lyon stepping up. A guy like Colton Ellis being very serviceable when he's in. It's like, okay, when will Devin Levi ever see the net in Buffalo? You'd have to imagine, it's very much a possibility he does get moved on from by the Sabres.
We have breaking news in the NHL world.
Okay.
Oh,
hold on. Right. Hit him with it.
Corey Perry is headed to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh, no.
Wait, no. This is good.
He's a loser.
This is good.
He's a loser.
He's a finals.
He's a loser.
He has the best, I think, other than who's the one team he won with.
But he keeps making the cup finals.
Yeah, typically this means
that's
that
true.
Yeah, exactly.
But every team he goes to, he loses in the final. He has one with, was it the Hurricanes?
He went
was he on that team?
Montreal. He did 2 with Edmonton, and I'm missing the other one. But he
won with Anaheim, I think, right?
I think he won one with Anaheim. I want to say 07.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so that was
Team Musolani.
But yeah, he's been in like 6 hours.
Crazy. I mean, he's definitely become like the, the kind of.
I will say, if we're talking Lightning, like, because you brought him up, their schedule, though, I'm looking at it, is kind of a lot rougher than I would say Buffalo's is.
Yeah,
they have a back-to-back with us where they play Maple Leafs before. That's okay. But then they got Blue Jackets, team in the running for the playoffs, Red Wings, Hurricanes, then the Kraken, Canucks, whatever. But then they got Oilers on the road against Flames, whatever, and then Wild. And you keep going. They don't really have like an easy schedule. They're playing a lot of playoff teams also in the mix who are trying to make ground. So yeah, it's going to be competitive.
Yeah, Gatesy mentioned we have 2 more matchups with the Lightning. First being Sunday. I think we'll all be in the building there. Gatesy, obviously big back-to-back this weekend. Do you think the Sabres can come away with 4 points?
At this point, there's really no reason to doubt them. It feels like each time it's like, oh, they're due to lose one at some point. You know, it was like, the Florida trip, you know, splitting would be great. Oh, you have Vegas, Pittsburgh this week, splitting them would be great. And they keep winning. So I'm just going to keep saying splitting is going to be great. And they're just going to win out their final 20 games at this point, it feels like. So, mainly you're focused on Tampa Bay. It's weird because looking at all the matchups in this final run, we're kind of all focused on, you know, the Detroits of it all. If Toronto was going to be able to make a run. Now it's like, okay, you play Tampa twice. Those are two massive games. And if you win those, winning the Atlantic is very much in the picture for the Sabres right now.
All right, Sabres need to just keep on the path they're on. I'd say the same for Gatesy35 on Instagram and socials. Make sure you're giving him a follow. Huge shout out. Thanks for popping in, Gatesy, and keep up the good work, brother.
Keep on this war path,
guys. Go Sabres.
Never stop.
Sabres.
Let's keep rocking. Go Sabres. So the Sabres actually had a trade declined yesterday. They got kind of, or a no trade clause was activated against them. A little bit of an anti-vibe, a little bit of an anti-vibe. Parayko. Did you catch the scuttlebutt about the girlfriend or the fiance with the pizza businesses? And
I heard about that, and honestly, I did see someone say, "Hey, this hurt St. Louis more than the Sabres." So
yeah,
like his own team that had played for it, you know.
Yes. Okay, so I'm with that. But the reason I bring that up is just to talk about the bizarro world we're in.
She's got a pizza biz.
The Sabres, she has a pizza biz. Her parents' family has a pizza biz in there.
Oh, it makes sense.
The bizarro world we're living in, where the Sabres literally not only cannot do a wrong, but they're winning in dominant fashion, making the fans happy. And we have the Bills doing some things that are getting some eyebrows and getting some outrage. Yesterday, Bean strikes with a deal for DJ Moore. After everything we've taken in, I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are on from everything we've taken in. Because obviously the original announcement was it was a mid-round pick, then it was a second, but we're getting back a fifth. Then it was we're paying a certain amount of money like the next 3 years. So curious where you guys landed on it.
I'm just happy that Bean made a move, a big splash for a big name receiver. DJ Moore is a great guy to be on the receiving core catching balls from Josh Allen. So I'm thrilled about that. In terms of, so what did we end up giving up? What was the final say?
Second round pick.
Second round? I'm very happy with that. Yeah, I think that's a great deal. Don,
they said there was some calculator that said it's the equivalent of the 64th pick. When you take out like where we're going to be and where the fifth round pick is, we gave up pick 64 essentially.
Well, I feel like now too, especially with that, we could be set to be trading back in the draft after this move. I think that's great value for a great receiver, and I'm excited to see DJ Moore in a Bills uniform.
Yeah, well, let me check in. The Instagram chat has been popping off with both Sabres and Bills fans. People want to talk Bills, but we got Joe Peary, 21. I want Mike Evans in Buffalo. That's a popular thing. I don't know if it's happening now, but
seems like he might be too expensive. But apparently, Bean isn't done. That's what plays into all this too. Everyone says he's not done.
For me, Mike Evans too expensive, probably injury prone, and too old. I think it's past the window of going and getting Mike Evans. The only thing,
it seems like the main complaint with Moore is that we have to take on guaranteed money for him next year, right? He has a massive guaranteed money tag that basically we agreed to take for next year, which again, like we know with the way things can get moved around and bonuses, maybe Bean has a plan for that.
Let Bean do his magic, restructure some stuff.
Yeah, that is the main complaint I'm seeing both out of fans and other pundits is that it's not really expensive from the side of what we gave up. It's expensive in terms of like the cap space we're giving up.
Yes, the cap space seems to be a major issue in all this with everyone. You're saying, yes, like again,
it's not really the picks
I'm looking at this list, like like people say they want Mike Evans. Since 2018, DJ Moore has 200 less receiving yards than Mike Evans. That's over 7 years of being in the NFL. And he's younger, DJ Moore is, than Mike Evans. So like again, like where is this getting lost? I think it's the salary cap picture. Again, it's not our money. Like, are we running into some issue where we can't get certain players because we got DJ Moore? It doesn't seem like that's happening yet. It seems like we're going out and getting more players. So I would, like, in my perspective, because I'm seeing the same thing you do, is that the outrage is about the salary cap of it all. Why are we getting outraged about that? It's like if it seems like we're still able to make moves.
Yeah, I don't really get it. I mean, I get it. The concern with this offseason, obviously, Bean has to do a lot of restructuring as it is to begin with, but it's already started in the process. And if we're taking on the guaranteed money next season, you said, Don? So this is a salary cap hit for next year. We're not even worried about it right now.
I have to check that.
I mean,
again,
like, let's
let's
worry about that when we get there. Like, goddamn, Bean's already restructuring. We were already concerned about cap hits in this offseason, and the cap went up, and Bean's already restructuring. I think this is something like you can't have it both ways.
So we're guaranteeing $15.5 million of his 2028 base salary.
Yeah.
His 2026 is fully guaranteed, and 2027 becomes fully guaranteed next week. So yeah, it's a big price tag.
They're going all in with a guy that Joe Brady's worked with, who is top 8 in receiving yards over the last 8 years.
Yeah, I guess people are just concerned about the guaranteed money with health and obviously everything. If he stays healthy, though, like, you can't have it both ways. Complain about Bean not going and getting a big weapon for Josh Allen, and then go and cry about the salary cap we're taking on when we do get a massive weapon. Good receivers cost good money.
I don't want to point any fingers, but it seemed like some people who are often, banging the drum for receiver weren't exactly happy with this move.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. Good receivers are going to cost good money, so you can't have it both ways when you go and land a big go and trade for a big name receiver.
I think a lot of people maybe were looking for a bigger splash. I don't know if that's realistic, though. Again, like, we're tossing out Justin Jefferson, Pickens, these big names that we all would have loved, but it's not realistic. The guy I thought was realistic, I would have liked, because I guess we really could use this type of player. I liked Alec Pierce.
Everyone on this Alec Pierce train. I'm going to be watching this guy next year with great interest.
But I just don't want him to go to New England, and I'm afraid he might end up there. And he is he's like Wes Welker, Edelman all over again, like in New England. So, but I'm happy with Moore. It's tough to gauge his last 2 seasons. So I'm going to tell people this: be wary of just looking up his stats and seeing everything, because that team with Caleb Williams is like, it's night and day, that guy, where you'll see him pass for maybe 200 or 300 yards, have a great game passing. Then you'll see him just use his legs and throw 3 picks. Yeah. Like Caleb, coming out of college, I thought his style was going to struggle in the NFL. He really turned it around last year, but he was spreading the ball around, and he was using tight ends a lot too. So I think if you're just relying on Moore's stats for the last 2 years, you're not going to find a lot. I hate to not make a bold prediction of, I love it, he's going to do great, or I hate it, it's too expensive. Is kind of got to wait and see. I know he's talented and can be a good player, but there's just not a lot on the books for the last 2 years to judge it by.
Health is such a big part of this too, because I think if you tell anybody you're going to get a healthy Khalil Shakir, just had the ankle surgery, was in the boot in the picture, Josh Palmer, Dalton Kincaid, DJ Moore, and then Keon Coleman, I think you're fine with those 5. But they need to stay healthy.
Solid receiving core for sure.
Again,
just needs to stay healthy.
You lose a Kincaid and then you lose, Palmer. Well, then, things aren't in the right spot for sure. So obviously health has a huge part to do with this as well. So again, we'll keep eyes on the Buffalo Bills of it all. DJ Moore is a Bill, posting Bill stuff on his Instagram. So he's excited, clearly. Looking at Bean could be one more move away. You guys have any ideas in that on what that could be? Spotrac had an interesting tweet just a couple hours ago. On Max Crosby, a team will be able to process a simple salary conversion on his deal that will drop his acquired cap hit from $30.7 million, which is his current deal right now, to $7.7 million. So $23 million comes off that cap hit just with a conversion.
I was going to say, can a boy dream?
Yeah.
Can I? Because that's who. Again, I would love Max Crosby. I'd be way more hyped than I'm not going to lie. We were all hyped when Von Miller came to town. He was coming fresh off a ring. We're like, it's our turn now. disappointment though in a couple ways, and then Bosa, it just he wasn't bad, but just wasn't
never the splash.
Yeah, it didn't make the effect we thought we would. I would be hyped, and again, like I like the guy's attitude. I like I think he fits in with this new era of like Bills culture that has a little more swagger, and God forbid a white boy catch a little motion.
That's definitely the guy I want to go and get if we can. I mean, that contract scenario sounds like a dream come true. If we were able to make that happen. I saw a video the other day, by the way, of Max Crosby sparring Sean Strickland. And Sean Strickland doesn't really spar, if you know this dude. Yeah, it was intense, but Max Crosby can go. So that guy's one tough SOB for sure.
All right. Well, hey, sometimes it's tough to go forward. So let's hop in. It's time for Flashback Friday, sponsored by William Mattar Law Offices. I love that. With that said, I almost got sucked out of the studio. Buffalo Bills in this history. I think they may have signed someone. I was trying to look, but not very much on the 3-6 of it all. Sabres, kind of some 2010s action. If you go back a little bit, not too much, but 2010 and 2011 picked up tight 3-2 wins. Like it's about picking up those tight wins down these playoff pushes.
Yeah, these names are bringing me back. I was a real Adam Mayer guy, so to see that on the stat sheet's impeccable for sure.
Yeah, the 3-2 win in 2011 was Drew Stafford. Overtime, amazing play, amazing call by Rick Jenner, and then he got tackled in the corner by his teammates. Great celebration, Don. And then these names, these names are the definition of how can something make you like sad and happy at the same time. A 5-3 win over Toronto, but it's Gergensons, Reinhart, O'Reilly doing the damage.
Yeah, Pominville being on that squad too is an absolute it's just a nail in the coffin too for like being happy and sad at the same time.
Yes, most definitely. Things were getting crazy. Speaking of 2000 Raw on the wrestling side of things, we're looking at Flashback Friday here. A pretty crazy card on the 2000 Raw. Big Show versus Kane, Road Dogg X-Pac versus Too Cool, Rikishi versus Triple H, and then Jericho versus Angle, which somehow got ended with Bob Backlund running in and putting Jericho in a chicken wing.
Did you see that all 4 of these matches ended by disqualification?
Yes. Yeah,
that's
very
ridiculous.
Bad, very bad. I'll tell you what, as much as the Attitude Era was a great time, there were some windows where I was like,
That's got to be the only time that's ever happened. That many DQs
I could definitely see that. Something else. Cody Rhodes retains the internet title on his day. What culture pro wrestling, I believe that is. Exit Wounds against who is this?
Liam Slater. And then the main event.
Okay.
Drew Galloway retains
the world title against.
This is a dream match that I need to go and watch because I had no clue this took place.
Not MJF.
No, but it is an AEW wrestler.
Swerve Strickland?
No.
Who?
Will Ospreay.
Oh my gosh. Galloway versus Ospreay is insane. We definitely gotta watch that. With no rules, essentially, with what culture pros. And they had a great promotion, but they weren't a full-time. Don, making some beautiful music on this day. It looks like quite the list.
Yeah. First, 1970, Charles Manson drops his album Lie, which was basically he dropped to raise funds for his defense in the Tate LaBianca murder trial. Now, if people don't know, Charles Manson was a wannabe musician before things went way sideways. And he wasn't good, but he did befriend the Beach Boys, and they did record one of his songs that they revised the lyrics from. I think they released it as Never Learn Not to Love. It was originally called Cease to Exist, but he was trying to become like a rock star, didn't pan out, ran off to Death Valley, and we all know the rest of what happened.
Truthfully, can I be honest? I don't exactly know. I haven't seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood yet.
Oh, wow.
I gotta go watch that. I'm gonna take my raising from
I still haven't watched it
Pop Culture Nick when he comes on. But what else do we got, Don?
More in the psychedelic sphere. We have 1966, Rolling Stones start recording sessions for Painted Black. Now you're like, oh, that's a short song. Didn't it take just like one day? Well, that was the era when everyone was like doing studio tricks, slowing things down, speeding things up, putting background weird noises in. So the session took a couple days.
Well, I think if you look at any of those 60s, 70s, 80s like bands, collabs, things took a long time because of the egos, opinions, and everything. They were testing as well.
And they just had the time. It wasn't like today where it was like chop, like,
dude.
You know,
Yeah.
I'll never forget my brain when I realized that Terminator 2 came out like 9 years after Terminator 1 or whatever. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
Still
People,
waiting on GTA 6,
it's
by the
good.
way.
They took their time to make art. And now this is my favorite one. 1965, a banger is released by Temptations, written by Smokey Robinson. I guess you'd say, what can make Slick feel this way? My Slick, talking about my Slick. That's right. My Girl release. I mean, you're going to hear this at every wedding for the rest of your life, guys. So just, it's a great tune. You want to hit us with these other two musical events?
Yeah, sure. 2012, The Boss and Columbia Records drop Wrecking Ball classic album, kind of late in the Bruce Springsteen sphere there. And then this day, 2020, Lil Uzi Vert drops Eternal Atake after a 5-year anticipation from his hardcore fans. So yeah, pretty cool day here in music history. One thing in pop culture, Maniac, what do we got?
We got Lethal Weapon released on this date. So I don't know what that means because this doesn't seem to be a very popular movie release date window. I think it's kind of at actually the calendar new year. I'll have to double check that with Pop Culture Neck when it comes on. But Lethal Weapon, speaking of pop culture, I mean, the limitless input of Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, ridiculous action scenes. This was just when it was either an action movie or you actually had a plot. And they just went full action with a little bit of plot. So it helped. But not much else on this date. The movies and pop culture department on this Flashback Friday. Someone who's wishing they could flashback and maybe do a little decision making. Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
La decision making.
I'm trying to think of a good one.
La Dewey.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not good. I don't want to stomp on someone when they're down. This just stinks.
The picture's rough.
The picture's tough.
I want to at least bring that up just so also there's a pretty good AI video in the comments.
Oh no.
Look at the
Oh no. He's just pounding.
Yeah, wait, what's he drinking?
Oh, is he getting
whiskey.
tested while he's drinking the whiskey?
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, but hey,
not gonna lie, Dylan Brooks does kind of look like he's looking through the camera there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no soul behind
it. It's real rough look.
I feel bad. I know that this video is amazing. I mean, the way too many Jalen's in the NBA. I mean, what was going on there? 50% or what was it? 40% of teams have a Jalen.
Yeah, you sent that video to me. I had already seen it. It's pretty hilarious, and some of the jokes made it too. About them all being mixed race.
My favorite caption was if this isn't in the next 2K NBA game, I'm pissed.
The fact that he made it into a song is all much better.
This isn't on the rundown.
It reminded me of 40,000 is not enough to buy a football team. It reminded me of that style of song.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. You just remind me. This isn't on the rundown, but it has to be mentioned. Did you see Rockstar Games reached out to NBA 2K?
Yeah, I did see this.
About putting basketball games in Grand Theft Auto.
They're sharing mechanics now, I guess.
Yeah, so you could play 2K in Grand Theft Auto. This game's it's going to be 5 more years.
It just hurts my feelings that there's someone out there who their 2 favorite things are GTA and the A Song of Ice and Fire series, and they're just on hold for the last 15 years.
Yeah.
These creators got to figure it out.
Yeah, it can be
Logan
80.
Paul, Deion Dawkins seems to be the gravitas to pull on this one. Just $1 million to fight any NFL player. I don't know. What would happen if Logan Paul and Deion Dawkins face off? Honestly, Slick.
Was it a boxing match or MMA?
I think Logan would starch him.
I think Logan would starch him, whatever that means. But
Deion posted a video yesterday after accepting the challenge, hitting the bag.
But if you were Logan and this actually came to fruition, you would kind of I hate to say this to Deion, but wouldn't you run around for like the first 4 to 6 like rounds.
Yeah, for sure. It's a defensive effort.
Yeah, for sure. And then kind of like, just wait him out. Well, you just wait him out.
Gas
Yeah,
him.
Producer Rachel's laughing at my MMA input, my combat fight thoughts as we go on. Speaking of thoughts, the first ever IHOP Applebee's combo is coming to fruition. I didn't really want to talk about the actual restaurant. I mean, I don't think I'll ever go to an IHOPlebee's, as they're calling them.
Is this necessary?
Well, I was thinking, what if you could combine any 2 restaurants?
Oh,
I was thinking about that.
This has to be like chain restaurants.
I would think so.
Yeah, just to make it easier. I guess.
This creation, in my opinion, I just want to put it out there, is spitting in the face of God. There's nothing natural about this. This is
gross.
This is postmodern, apocalyptic.
This is a modern
stuff
family.
that's going on.
This is disgusting.
This is a modern USA.
They crossed the clock in.
When I was growing up, a Taco Bell Pizza Hut was like a haven. It was an oasis.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
Yeah.
You used to be able to get like a personal pan pizza and 2 hard shell tacos.
Don't they
fire
still do
sauce?
the Taco Bell and KFC thing?
Yeah, the Taco Bell KFC still cooks too.
What did they used to? Didn't they used to have Wendy's and Cold Stone?
Yeah.
That was pretty elite.
See, that sounds
That
like
was
good. I think that's what you need to do. Is you need 2 things that are like distinctly different.
I would like.
So, you like Wendy's?
No.
Okay. Nick, you like Wendy's?
Wendy's nuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh no.
Hopefully the mic caught that.
So you were trying to set me up. I'm glad.
So good thing you were just clueless.
I was dying at you not
speaking
taking
of
the
things
bait.
you're not clueless about, it's like we could have breaking news Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday during the UFC 326 broadcast, it sounds like we're finally getting an announcement on a potential White House card, Maniac. I think these odds are like down to -200 on this thing happening now. What the main event will be, we're yet to see. But either way, will be a spectacle. Whether it's a good one, we shall find out.
Francis Ngannou.
Francis Ngannou and the PFL have parted ways as of this morning. This kind of came as a shocker to me, but not really, because after signing, he only had 1 fight in the promotion, and then he's kind of just been sitting on his behind ever since. It's hard. It's hard to be motivated to fight, Maniac, when you make 10 mil fighting Tyson Fury, 20 million fighting Anthony Joshua, and then another 10 mil fighting Renan Ferreira. The 2 boxing matches, both L's. The lone MMA fight in PFL was first round TKO.
Oh, he won.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good for him. All right. Well, someone should have given the messaging on that and how that would have came over. But it's not time for a message. It's not time for a call, boys. It's time for some FaceTime.
Look who we got.
The big baller himself.
Coming off a big move.
I always got time for a call.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So
you're picking up all the phones lately, huh?
Sometimes you want less. Sometimes you want
more.
There we go. Yeah. So, hey, we're hearing you're not done. And the question I got to ask is there anyone safe on this roster other than Josh?
Sometimes people are worrying that, my messaging won't be clear in the post-process era, as they're calling it. So when I wanted to make sure that everyone knew that I wasn't done, I didn't leave that to a Perino. I didn't leave that to a Beauvais.
Oh.
I left it to a Dunn.
Oh.
I wanted to make sure that Dunn put it out there that I was not done.
Well,
wow. That's your guy.
Yeah.
I want the messaging crystal clear.
Great messaging there. A lot of people are concerned about this salary cap situation, even though you finally went and made a splash. What do you got to say to those people?
Listen, you sound like, Haley when we're making our weekly trip to Trader Joe's, okay? It's there's no need to worry about the money. You know what we don't need to worry about? We don't need to worry about the money. We need to worry about the window. We need to keep that window open, boys.
Yeah,
we agree on this one?
Yeah,
Okay, the window
keep it breezy.
needs to stay open. And whether that's me spending a lot of money, 20+ million on a receiver, by the way, it was a top 8 receiver in the last 8 years. But sometimes, it would also help if everyone made their mind up on actually what they wanted and all this. But I won't ask you to do all that much. But yes, you got to keep that window open, boys. I'm not worried about the cap. I'm worried about the window.
Don, these quit bitching shirts might be.
Yeah, they might be popping off again. Speaking of which, your family digging those shirts?
I heard they ordered. Yeah, wore them at the family reunion. Wore them Wore them on the family trip to Allegheny. Had a great time.
All right, I got one more for you, Coach.
Yep, I got to get going.
You know, McGovern, there's been a lot of talk about the lack of talk. You know, do you think it's kind of not cool to be giving him the cold shoulder when we have St. Patrick's Day right around the corner?
Yeah, it's not good to give him the cold shoulder, especially with more cold weather on the way, unfortunately, there in Buffalo. I've been having a lot of meetings in the Carolinas, Florida, obviously, NFL business for sure. But with that said, the key thing about all this, okay, is that I just stay working the lines. You let me take care of business, and you'll be feeling a Lombardi next February. That's what we're going to bring to you, this fan base. All right, I got to get back to the phones.
All right, Brando, keep picking up those phones. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who we got next?
Oh, look who it is. He's taking some time. This might be from the yacht. Thank you, Terry, for joining us.
Management here. Yeah, Terry, how's the yacht been? How's Bill's offseason? What do you think of Yarmo's splashes yesterday?
Yarmo splashes are huge. And listen, I just want to say, ooh, Sabres on the warpath.
Ooh,
Sabres
on the warpath.
You know what? I seem to remember people making fun of me when I said this team's purpose is to win a Stanley Cup. And guys, we're on our way.
The answer really was in the room in this case, Terry. Firing Kevin Adams. That was the answer. How has Yarmo been responsible for this turnaround when seemingly nothing else changed?
Yeah, I mean, this turnaround's been, I think we can all agree, short and easy since I became our owner. So, yeah, I'm just kind of taking a victory lap right here. We're first in the division.
It really has been short and easy.
Playoffs, yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. People keep saying this D word. I can't even pronounce it. Never heard of it. Never heard of her. I mean, this Sabres team 5 out of the Olympic break. Are you kidding me? People thought we were going to miss a step. I mean, we're the fastest team in the NHL. No one can touch us right now.
Obviously, the confidence is through the roof with the Sabres. Bill's in a bit of a restructure. The staff is kind of set. Bean's picking up the phones now. How much oversight do you have in this whole process?
I believe in my leaders and my GMs. They're on fire right now. I mean, everyone says, I sit on my hands. We don't do anything. We got 3 moves in the last 24 hours. 4, actually, if you count that we got 2 guys from the Jets. And, you're speaking of the roof. I saw the video you guys posted of my roof. And don't think I didn't forget about that.
We're just recommending Selena.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, a lot of people were upset over that. And luckily, they've all forgot about it. But the roof is on fire on this team, and we don't need no water.
Okay. I can respect that. Terry, speaking of the roof being on fire, are you going to come check it out in person anytime soon? Can we expect you at a game anytime soon? We were looking back at those 2010, 2011 highlights. You were in the barn all the time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, I'm just trying to stay off cameras. I'm there. I'm always watching. I got the games queued up even if I'm not there. And I got lots of times me and Yarmo are FaceTiming during the games. We're doing our own little live streams, and reacting. So, yeah, it's a great time. But guys, I got to get back to.
All right, Terry. Thanks.
All right. Pull the yacht up at Canal Side when you have a chance, maybe.
Appreciate it on the billionaire stopping by.
He's rounding us off.
Oh, wow. We really got a studded list. Yeah. Thanks, Josh, for coming in today.
Appreciate it, boys. Happy to be here.
Obviously, first things first, what do you think of the move? What do you think of the addition of DJ Moore?
DJ's a great guy, family man, excited to play football with him. That's the thing I love the most, and I know he loves it a lot too. Excited to start throwing some balls his way. Hopefully we can have a nice tenure together and bring a Lombardi to Buffalo.
So there's been a lot of speculation, after the pictures you and Haley have been releasing. Our producer over here is convinced it's a girl. Can we give us some inside info?
Well, there's Haley knows what she's doing with her Instagram posts. There might be some subtle hints throughout those 3 images. So, if you look closely, I'll say some hints of blue may be visible.
Whoa.
So, yeah, keep your eye open. Also, if I have a girl, I will be calling the crash out line.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, geez, Josh, that one might not resonate well. With that said, what would resonate well with you? Bean just brought in Moore. If you could bring in one player, he's not done apparently. Who else would you bring in?
Oh, that's a great question, Maniac. It's tough to say, but we need to put our paws on some quarterbacks. I saw you guys talking about Max Crosby earlier before you gave me the FaceTime. I think that's a guy I'd love to play football with. He loves football. The intensity he brings to the gridiron is unmatched. And
apparently he just followed you on Instagram.
He did just follow me on Instagram. He may have
kind of late, honestly.
Yeah, a little bit delayed, but
may or may have not slid in my DMs. We may have a workout on the way. Stay tuned. That's a guy I would love to bring the intensity into the new Highmark Stadium. By the way, we have grass. Did you hear that? We got grass.
We got grass.
Yeah, big fan of
Love
grass.
grass. Huge fan of grass. So is Max Crosby, from what I hear.
Yeah, no, big fan of grass as well. So we can.
What
we
are you
can
doing
both
to
get along
prepare
on
for
that front.
dadhood?
Grass. No, I'm just kidding. It's just spending time with Haley, giving her what she needs. It's demanding time. I'm just trying to fulfill all her wildest dreams, if you know what I mean.
All right. Well, hey, we'll let you get back to that fantasy life. Good luck on the approach to fatherhood.
Thanks, guys. Go Bills.
All right. That is a huge shout out to the FaceTime Frenzy. Real quick, let's shout out some Friday fundraising for our friends at Totally Buffalo. You boys are both rocking the Buffalo hockey collection here.
Yes, sir.
Courtesy of our friends
Both colors.
at black and red, blue and yellow, blue and gold. Can't go wrong. Just like the Sabres can't go wrong with these last 3 months. But you can check out all those items and more at the Totally Buffalo stores available near you. Time for a check-in. We've got Pop Culture Nick on deck, and we got to get him done. I think we got time for one crash out if we can get it. We're running a little bit out of the runway here. Let's check in with the Trainwreck Sports Crash Out line, sponsored by our friends at William Mattar Law Offices.
Yeah, so we only got 2 texts, so it'll be nice and quick and a quick call. So yeah, first, here's our text. Wasting cap space, guaranteeing money for the 2026 to 2027 seasons, all ready for a wide receiver turning 30. This is exactly what I was saying. Everyone was complaining about.
I had a friend message me in the chat this morning or late last night. Jalen Waddle is 28 and a half. DJ Moore is almost 30.
What the
I go,
fuck?
what are we even talking about anymore? Like 18-month difference.
Math?
But I mean, I will just be honest. This is passion, Don. This is passion and care that people care so much.
Yep. Adding up on the fact that we gave up a second rounder, I don't care about that. Dawson Knox contract is still $18 million in the books, and it doesn't seem there's going to be any resolution there. Trying to keep hope, but Brandon Breen hates Buffalo.
Hates Buffalo.
Those are
Hey,
fighting words.
Wish we had this text up when we had him on the show. And then real quick one here. All I got to say about this trade is best birthday gift ever. So there's the 2 sides of Buffalo.
We're not going to dox
right
them.
there.
We're not going to dox them,
Happy
but great
belated birthday.
Yeah, and happy birthday. And here's a call from some friends in Pennsylvania, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm calling from the great Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania. Being a Buffalo Bills fan here, just got the news from Schefter about DJ Moore becoming a Bill. Yeah, I don't mind the trade. I'm just kind of pissed that we gave him a second round pick for him. Not really happy with that. DJ Moore, again, just one of those guys he's just mid. And the Bills continue to get these mid wide receivers year after year. Amari Cooper, he's not mid, but he was just old, so he's kind of mid. You keep getting these old dudes that just are not good, or they're just not on their peak level anymore. It's honestly frustrating, and I just can't explain how mad I am about the Bills and their constant struggle on getting a wide receiver. The last trade was Diggs, and we obviously know what happened there. So they better go out and get somebody else in free agency, draft somebody. They better have 4 solid wide receivers on this team if they want to even have a shot at winning. That's all.
I think we do have 4 solid wide receivers. Am I missing something? This guy thinks Amari Cooper is
Josh
not
because he got hurt and never played.
DJ Moore is.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mystery where that guy ended up with his take there. But huge shout out to the Crash Hotline. It's buzzing, obviously, with the action here in the offseason and the Sabres stretch run here. Speaking of mysteries and speaking of action, let's bring him in because we have got one with Jim Carrey's face and we need answers. Pop culture expert Nick Polinsky. Nick, welcome.
This is great. So, guys, we got to talk about it. What the hell is happening with Jim Carrey's face? Have we all seen Jim Carrey at the Caesar Awards?
This was so big. It was on our timeline like Wednesday. So where we landed on it was that it was some botched surgery. He's waited on it for a little while to maybe like puff down or whatnot, but he looks a little different.
That's where I'm at too. So for those of you who are unaware, Jim Carrey shows up at the Caesar Awards looking not a lot like Jim Carrey. People are saying, you know, his eyes are the wrong color, his face is the wrong structure, he's signing autographs with his right hand instead of his left hand. So many people were saying, did Jim Carrey get Botox? Then this makeup artist goes and says, actually, it was me dressed up as Jim Carrey at the Caesar Awards.
Post the mask and the dentures or the what are they called? The teeth? Veneers, yeah.
And then Jim Carrey's publicist says that is a bunch of bunk. This is the real Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey allegedly has a source tell the Daily Mail that he's more sad than angry about the whole thing, but he's not sad because they were making fun of him. He's just sad because people are stupid, which I thought was kind of amusing.
Great marketing campaign by that makeup artist, by the way. Hey, no, it wasn't Jim Carrey. It was me.
Oh, it was great opportunity sense in the moment, for sure.
He saw the chance and he took it. My thing with Jim Carrey is, if you're Jim Carrey, why are you getting Botox? Because that guy is one of the most facially expressive actors ever.
Yeah, that's
and
a
you're
good
just
question.
really inhibiting your own.
I couldn't believe when he could transform his face into the Grinch still. I mean, that was very recent. So,
and now I doubt he can with all of this Botox. So that's kind of upsetting to see. Jim Carrey, you were beautiful just the way you were. Don't ever. Obviously, you changed, but
speaking of committing to a face,
yeah. So allegedly, Tom Holland and Zendaya have secretly tied the knot. Zendaya's stylist, Law Roach, was asked at a red carpet event, hey, how are you going to be styling Zendaya for the wedding? He says, oh, you know, that wedding already happened, which was news to the entire time.
We got robbed. The fact that we didn't get this wedding, we got robbed.
That's insane,
right? We
lost
the Spider-Man wedding. We've never had a Spider-Man wedding. We didn't get Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst.
We didn't get Garfield,
Emma Stone, and now we're not going to get Zendaya and Tom Holland. Thanks for nothing.
It's really silly to me because people were putting out all of these like AI generated images of the wedding after with like all of the other Spider-Men there. That's kind of weird. How many of your coworkers are you inviting to your wedding, Slick?
Probably like
all of them.
Yeah, probably.
Excellent.
I don't have many.
You're assuming Slick's getting married.
Open bar?
I mean, this guy's
okay.
All right. Yeah, no, yeah. Let's put a button on that marriage talk in terms of my
so guys,
life.
do we think
Going to the chapel, Slicky. Gonna get all right, what do we got?
No, I'm not.
Do we think I doubt Zendaya takes Tom Holland's last name because she's too iconic by herself. Do we think Tom is going to take Zendaya's last name? Is Tom Holland going to become just Tom?
What is Zendaya's last name?
It's Coleman.
He should kind of evolve. He should evolve.
You good?
Coleman?
Zendaya, like,
yeah, Zendaya Coleman. That's her name.
She wasn't born into the earth, and their parents were like, "Your name is just Zendaya.
Your name is just Beyonce." Come on, that doesn't happen.
I'm just alarmed that you like are like that. Like I'm.
I just thought maybe she'd have
it's a very plain last name for an exotic first name.
Thank you, Don. This fucking asshole.
Oh my
God.
Jeez, I didn't know.
Guys,
I get it. The weekend's almost here, but
Trouble in Paradise already.
I like the idea that he might evolve into Tom Holla.
That's really funny.
Zendaya and Tom Holla.
Holla, I love that.
Sounds like Valhalla, kind of.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I want to just ask you a quick question before we move on. You've never seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
No. Once Upon a Time in Tom Hollywood.
It's like the biggest movie of 2018. And to answer your question,
was that long ago?
Yeah. To answer your question about film release dates, there are two major times they like to release them. Typically around the holidays in like your November, December,
yes,
or around your summer blockbuster, your May.
This is a dark time. If you're releasing it now, it's dark time.
Before like the advent of
push it back.
Before like streaming took over, they used to have these things called dump months, which is when you're expecting them to be like kind of a financial dud. So that's when you're putting out your weakest stuff. So that would be like, yeah, your August, September, or your.
I like
January,
how we
February.
have the new system where it's like if you're so much of a dud, you just don't even make it. We write you off for tax purposes.
You gotta. If like, you're a fucking Batgirl, you didn't happen.
At the worst case, back in the day, the lowest a dud could fall is like, well, you're getting released somewhere.
You're getting released on like a Wednesday in
Sometimes
September.
You just need a good release for sure.
I'll tell you who did not have a good release. Emerald Fennell, director of Wuthering Heights. People are not into this, Wuthering Heights. I'll tell you who is into it. It stars Margot Robbie, Jacob Elordi. They're reaching some wuthering lows with this PR manufactured release.
No. I'll watch.
I would say I think we were talking about this the other day too. I don't know how it happened, but
No, because it's something that you see from movies all the time. Like the celebrity leading couple will get this,
I was telling someone
They're really
they
enamored with
didn't
each other.
capture half of
There's
the
maybe a
magic
cheating scandal.
that Bradley Cooper and
Lady Gaga.
did.
Or
that was
do you remember like
star.
it wasn't maybe 2023 when Anyone But You was coming out and like it was
Oh
my God, Sydney Sweeney, Glenn Powell cheating scandal, and Sydney Sweeney came out later was like, yeah, we're playing into it.
I feel like if you had me list like Glenn Powell's top roles, like his top role to me is that 2023 like Situation more than any movie role. Like that's
For
the most
sure.
I heard of him.
Yeah.
No, this
didn't
is-
like Twister.
I didn't even see the new one.
It's just really funny to me because it's been done successfully so many times, and for an actor, especially if Margot Robbie's status, who we know is a great actress, she's really not selling this.
Do you think they were laying it on too thick? 'Cause
Absolutely,
they
I
were really
do.
okay.
It's one of those things where like they're thirsty for it.
That's what made it over the top, right? Was because they're like, oh, if there was actually a scandal going on here, like they'd be more secretive about it.
No,
almost.
exactly.
Yes.
It feels very much like they're peacocking it a bit, right? They're saying, "Oh my God, look at us! Look at how great!"
Yes.
I feel so lost when he's gone.
They're giving it the good old.
We might have to do this for the Buffalo bracket.
Yeah.
Nobody's buying this.
Slick and
We might have to say lack of traffic is hooking up with Slick.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Holy moly! Hold on to your butts.
Stay away from my butt, Slick.
Will do.
No, but Robbie's like, I felt quite like I lost like a lost kid without their blanket or something. In the same interview, Elordi says they have a mutual obsession, and I was enamored by her. Is this something you're saying about like a potential situationship with your co-star?
Who had the weirder situationship? Oh, I hate that I'm going to forget her name now because she's actually a really good actress. Elordi and Robbie here, or Pascal and the Fantastic Four co-star
Vanessa Kirby?
Yeah, Vanessa Kirby. When Pascal kept having to do that like hand holding thing like the whole time.
I never thought that was weird.
You didn't think that was weird?
No, I didn't.
Do you remember?
I remember. It didn't strike me as particularly crazy.
I thought it was weird from a straight man that supposedly also has another woman in his life.
Yes.
So.
Is it not like an open secret that Pedro Pascal is not straight? Are you guys not like...
I nothing to point otherwise, so I don't know.
Pedro Pascal
I thought he had a
hook up with
wife.
dudes, or are you talking about when he's at that festival and he licks the electric light?
No, I'm talking dead ass. Like Pedro Pascal is, I am entirely convinced he is.
He has a boyfriend?
He does, yeah, he did.
Pedro
There we
Pascal's
go.
boyfriend
Okay.
Yeah.
confirmed?
Thank
All
you.
right, congrats.
Is he?
All right. Then
Slick's still single.
then okay, I'll give him a pass. I think at the time that wasn't out there. So learn something new every day.
He
Congrats.
allegedly, it's not like official. They just been
I
spotted
still
together.
thought that was weird.
Raphael, what's his name? Anyway, that's not important.
All right.
I'll tell you what is important.
Pedro, stay away from Zach's girlfriend.
I'll tell you what is important. Probably the greatest threat to national security right now. Jojo Siwa is threatening to release new music.
Oh, no.
So, have you guys been following this Jojo Siwa saga?
That's worse
It's
news
been
than
a lot.
that's
I
worse
remember
news
back
than
when she was doing
the
the
Iran
TikToks.
conflict. Honestly, I heard her the release of Betty Davis size, and that was horrific.
It was horrific. Well, she's bringing it back. So she has a
No.
music video allegedly coming out today. Also, she's going by Joelle Siwa now, I believe. I think
okay,
she's
this is
grown
big.
out of JoJo.
This is growth.
But
Huge.
do you guys remember in like 2016, 2017 when Taylor Swift was launching the Reputation era, and she had that huge "Look What You Made Me Do" music video,
Yes.
and all of like she was playing all the different era versions of herself
Yes.
in that video.
Can't say
Jojo
no.
Siwa released a teaser for this music video, doing the exact same thing.
Oh no.
All of her weird ass eras, the Betty Davis eyes ones, the weird one where she's in this like glam metal outfit with the mohawk, and it's like, dream guest on my podcast, maybe one of my ex. Yeah, so she's doing all of that, all of her stupid little looks, reheating T Swizzle's nachos. I don't love it. I think Jojo Siwa,
Not reheating the nachos.
That was great.
Never heard that one before.
Yeah.
never heard that before.
No,
Never.
for sure.
Anyway, it's just Jojo Siwa to me. It's like another Robbie Elordi situation.
Yeah.
It's peacocking.
Doing too much.
It's doing too much.
We're in the era of doing less to do too much. Let people point it out and go nuts about it.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe Jojo Siwa is still relevant.
Yeah, well, sometimes you come of age, similar to this next tidbit. It looks like.
So,
That's the producer gone. We have time for one good topic or two quick topics.
We got two left here. Two
All right.
bullet points.
We're going to power through it. Timothée Chalamet, this is a holdover from last week, has been on this run for all of his movies. He's Marty Supreme. He wants that cookie. He wants that Oscar badly.
Les Chalamet.
Absolutely. So he's been talking a lot about Interstellar. He seems to be trying to position that as like a crucial part of his filmography. I would disagree with that. I think anybody could have done what Timothée Chalamet did in Interstellar. But his co-star Matthew McConaughey allegedly had a coming-of-age gift for him. He says he walked into his trailer at 17 years old on this Interstellar movie set, found someone had left a, quote, huge dump in his toilet. He goes around like bugging all of the sound people and the PAs, and he's like, hey, who the hell did this? He goes up to the director, and he says, hey, do you know who the shit in my trailer? And director points at Matthew McConaughey, and Matthew McConaughey says, in Texas, it's a coming of age, baby, which is probably my favorite quote of the week. Has that happened to anybody else? Do you feel you came of age?
I wonder what happened in my trailer. I think it gave me a coming of age experience.
Yeah.
What the hell could that possibly mean?
Fuck.
Exactly what you just said.
So you left him a turd.
May have.
That's insane behavior.
That was definitely a thing on my hockey team where if we were hanging out in someone else's room or you got
I've
you would
seen
do that and then
before.
like leave.
Am I the only one who's never experienced this? I thought this was kind of out there. Apparently,
like
this is something guys do.
I think if it's an upper decker, too far. But it's
I was
kind
going
of
to
a
say,
funny
I've heard of the
prank.
upper deckers.
Kind
but
of a
like,
funny
yeah.
prank.
I love the idea that he says it's like coming of age, like something you do when you get older, but it's actually a more immature, like younger
Yes,
thing to
absolutely.
do. Very funny,
That's
very
like a
funny.
4-year-old.
All right.
You know what else
Speaking
is
of
funny?
immature,
Yes, Benny Blanco launched this podcast with Lil Dicky called Friends Tell Secrets. And he's on the couch in this, and his feet are filthy. Don, can we pull up the image of Benny Blanco's filthy feet? Look at that
Oh, my.
shit. That is, so people are freaking out online. They're saying, oh my God, he's a slob. He's
he walks
unhygienic.
around barefoot all the time.
Selena
for sure.
Selena Gomez divorced this man.
Yeah.
Selena Gomez hits back. Selena Gomez stands by her man. In the following episode, she does this.
Doubles down.
Guys, my favorite image of the week is Selena Gomez kissing Benny Blanco's filthy fucking feet.
This is how
I-
you
I-
support your man right
I think
here.
if she's going to go for it, she needs big toe in mouth, though.
What
Not
the
just a-
hell
that's-
would possess
Yeah,
her?
that's not crazy. I think she needs to go big toe in
Big
mouth
toe
too.
and
if
mouth
she's gonna
for
really
sure.
show
Also,
this.
the feet look a little cleaner in this photo. So
Yeah, you
congrats
watched
to
Mildly
everybody for
cleaner.
that.
You can't
He
see like
looks like
the
he's
heel.
begging her not to, though.
It's just-
He's
All
like-
right, all right.
It's like it's
Speaking
not
of
necessary.
begging, our producers are begging us to find the landing zone for this episode. Thank you for finding us on this episode. Trainwreck Sports, Herd of Buffalo, everything Trainwreck Day. Make sure you're following along for both platforms, all the action. We got producer Rachel, the chairman took off. We got Don on the ones and twos. Myself and Slick, and huge shout out to Pop Culture Nick, as always, for jumping in. Let's have a great weekend, and let's start, most importantly, with a good day now. All right. Line up for the